Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Tesla stock today is down about 1.3% at the time of recording this video. And here in today's episode, we're going to go over what's happening with Tesla. I know there's some people that are like, oh my gosh, why is Tesla selling off? Like, I thought things were looking good. And in fact, they are. And that's part of the problem in which Tesla is selling off. I'll discuss that in today's episode. We have lots of Tesla breaking news to get into, and we will take a look at what's happening in the broader markets today as well. Continuing government shutdown is happening. We're not getting economic data this morning with the non-farm payrolls report, although it doesn't seem to be affecting the markets. S&P is up 0.5%, NASDAQ is up 0.2%. We'll look at your other indexes in just a moment, but government shutdowns tend to be bullish for stocks, and it seems like this time around it's no different. But if the government shutdown lasts a while, it may start to change a little bit, and we'll discuss that here in today's episode as well. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out the link down below in the description of this video to come join the trading community if you would like to. What we're doing over there is going out, finding small cap AI or small cap energy. It seems like lately that's been a hot one. And finding that value before Wall Street. We're getting in on the ground floor level. If you guys want to come join us, check it out, link down below in the description of today's episode. The trading community portfolio is up 220% year to date. I think it gets even crazier into the end of the year. Obviously, these results are not guaranteed. You have to come to your own conclusions. Whether you decide to take profits or not, blah, blah, blah. Just don't be a jackass if you join, okay? We're doing great. I expect we will continue to do great spotting these opportunities for years and years to come, but it's never a recommendation. It's never financial advice. Keep that in mind. Okay, so Seth Dillon on X says, quote, "The belief that this only happens by exploitation is so absurd. Wealth of this magnitude is an indication of the incalculable value that has been created for the entire world. Instead of resenting the rich, it's better to think of their gain as ours. And if anything, it should inspire others to take bold risks and create something of value." And you're looking here at the world's richest people. And I mean, take your pick here, but Elon Musk is number one, and he's really trying to highlight Elon. That is the first person to hit a $500 billion net worth. And Elon says, "I build a lot of things with awesome people, and the companies that build those things get assigned a big value." This is like, if I've explained this before on the channel. I think I read this in a book, maybe The Psychology of Money. Highly recommend reading that book if you have not done so already and you're in markets. But simply put, wealth is just a metric of how much value you provide to society, right? Like, all of these people create a lot of wealth for other people and impacted society in a big way. Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, Elon, right? Larry Page, I'm not as familiar with, but they all created massive amounts of value. And I think Elon's going to be a multi-trillionaire if the compensation package, actually gets achieved, which we think it will eventually. Now, Tesla, on their official X account, says Tesla's special committee designed a performance initiative plan or incentive plan that completely aligns Elon's compensation and shareholder value creation. If Elon Musk doesn't deliver results, he receives nothing. We're talking about trillions of dollars of value for shareholders, plus efforts that will accelerate global prosperity. Under Elon's leadership, Tesla has achieved an annualized return of 49% since the beginning of 2018. That's the difference that engaged leadership and a focus on value creation can make. Hard to argue Elon's leadership and the Tesla board's governance haven't been effective. Now, As of today, the Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive is finally available to order in Australia and New Zealand. For the first time ever, Audi's best-selling car last quarter in the US was an all-electric, with the e-tron EV that sold 10,059 units and the Q5, which sold 9,715, which is a gas engine. The Cybertruck is now available to order in the UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Tesla delivered 60 Model Ys in India in September, its first full month of sales after opening orders in July. Goldman Sachs has increased its Tesla price target to $425 from $395 per share. So another price target increase today. And the Tesla Australia and New Zealand X account says the Model Y was the best-selling passenger vehicle in Australia for the month of September. So with all of this good news, why is Tesla stock down 1.6%? It has nothing to do with deliveries, okay? It has to do with traders. Traders that were buying Tesla in anticipation of deliveries that planned to sell out after deliveries pretty much either way. Now, to a certain extent, if we would have gotten like a blowout, like 520,000 vehicles, maybe we would have went up. Okay. Honestly, I'm surprised, not surprised that we didn't go up, because we did beat. We came in with a really good number, but you know, at the same time, it's like, yeah, could have seen that one coming, right? The sell the news. I talked about this in the prior video, but when you get a stock that sells the news, it is almost always turned into a positive. Okay, you might sell off a day or two, consolidate a little bit, but inevitably it turns into a positive for the stock in question. Okay, just think about Nvidia's last earnings. Stock sold off after earnings, but the numbers were great. The guidance were great. Stock continued on its march higher. I think that's going to be the case for Tesla. Now, we have a lot of upcoming catalysts. We have the shareholder meeting, FSD V14 launching soon, and what looks like Robotaxi launching in the Dallas area pretty damn soon as well. It's literally only a matter of time before Tesla reverses course and starts to move to the upside. Now, short term, you want to watch that 420 level. That 420 level has served as a lot of support in recent weeks, and we'll see. But as long as we can hold that, that'll look pretty good, okay? If we break below 420, then maybe we have a larger issue going on. Tesla stock is currently $428.35 per share. So I'm pretty confident here we're going to hold 420, base out a little bit, and then on the next catalyst, we can rise. Because also with this fall in the last 2 days, you've kind of reset expectations. You're getting a flush out of the traders, of the people that were just trading the delivery numbers. And you can get back to those bullish flows again of investors and, you know, just bullish traders, right? And then start to see the stock move higher again. Now, we do have lots of bullish option activity today as well. You have 173 different trades totaling $453.5 million with a positive order value of 87%. So it looks bullish at this point. Positive order value, 87%, almost $500,000 or $500 million worth of option activity. People are positioning for further upside in the stock. Now, if you look at what short sellers are doing today, live short interest of free flow at 3.05%, 85.5 million shares sold short. And you do have almost 1 million shares today that are being covered on. The dollar amount sold short at $36.09 billion. Shares out on loan down 40% in the last 3 months, down to 11.5 shares. Cost to borrow fees pretty low, utilization pretty low, short score of 30. Now, if you guys did not see this yesterday, it's worth pointing out. Tom Lee sees the S&P 500 topping 7,000 by year end, says don't be fooled by shutdown calamity talk. So some of your biggest bulls are still holding with that bullish view. Now, the Russell 2000 today is up 1.5%, by far the leading index. NASDAQ up 0.3%. S&P 500 is up 0.51%. The Dow is up 1.08%. The Russell is down 2.2% today, or the VIX down 2.2% today. So you're definitely seeing a bit of a risk on appetite out there because, we did not get the jobs report today. That was really up to Trump whether or not he still wanted the BLS to release the jobs report, and we didn't get it. So, it's going to be delayed. Now, we did get the ISM services PMIs. We were expecting a number of about 51.7. We came in at 50. Business activity came in at 49.9. We were expecting 51.8. Employment came in at 47.2. We were expecting 46.6. New orders came in at 50.4. We were expecting 55. And ISM services prices came in at 69.4. We were expecting 68.9. So some areas came in weaker, some areas came in a little bit stronger, but just not getting the jobs report today, it seems like it was a positive for stocks. Now, also in the news today, OPEC Plus is set for another oil output hike on Sunday, but the size is still unclear according to sources. Now, China pushes Trump to remove curbs as it dangles investment. So China might invest in the U.S. That would be definitely a step in the right direction from a geopolitical perspective. It says here, the freight recession shows no end in sight. The trucking and freight industry has been in a prolonged downturn for 3 years with little sign of recovery, says Stifel analyst. Weak consumer spending, housing, and industrial activity continue to suppress demand. Carriers and shippers report slow business amid trade tensions, high interest rates, and recession fears. Analysts see few near-term signs of relief. House Speaker Johnson says we can't extend Obamacare subsidies until the shutdown ends. And Johnson says that Trump may have a chance to eliminate wasteful programs. Trump says for Hamas, however, they will be given one last chance. Trump says this deal also spares the lives of all remaining Hamas fighters. Goldman's Solomon warns of a market pullback. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon says he expects a stock market drawdown within the next year or two, noting the current rally isn't surprising given past cycles. He compared today's tech boom to the internet era, where many firms disappeared, but big winners like Amazon emerged. There will be winners and losers. Fed Moran says, I don't think my position on rates is extreme, just want to get to neutral faster. Fed Moran says dots for 2026 and 2027 are not that different from the rest of the FOMC. Fed Moran says negative tariff impacts fall on foreigners. He says, I'm not seeing a broad-based inflation increase on tariffs. Fed Moran says, I don't think the neutral rate is zero. Fed Moran says access to data is important to making policy. Fed Moran says hopeful Fed will have needed data by the next FOMC. But again, I think some of the positive from a market's perspective is if we don't have that economic data, it raises the odds that the Fed is going to cut, because the risk is that the labor market is weakening right now and we can't see it. And then next thing you know, we start to get data coming in that shows the Fed is way behind the curve, right? That's kind of the problem. That, reason why the Fed would insist on cutting rates preemptively, even if they didn't have the economic data. But again, for Tesla stock, I think it's really just a matter of time before the stock makes its way higher again. This selling, whenever a stock sells off on really good news, it's a buying opportunity, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Check out the link down below in the description of this video to come join the trading community. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, have a great Friday, and I will see you in the next one.